Hello, everybody. Oh, let me get this bad boy fixed. There we go. Hello, everybody. And, oh no, wait, no, still too tall. Okay, there we go. Fixed. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Kobold Chats. My name is Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. And it's the end of our week, the end of our day, another wonderful Friday. And somewhere in the middle of that, maybe you are at home just hanging out. Maybe you're at work, at lunch, chilling, vibing, whatever it is that you're doing. Hey, thank you so much for being here with me, doing one of the things that I love best, talking about Kobold Press. And as I've already told you all multiple times, it's going to be kind of a chill day today. We're going very cozy with the vibes. Why? Because the RiverBank RPG launched just a couple of days ago. Yes, the cozy little game of talking capital A animals, sitting along the English countryside somewhere in like the early 1910s, whenever the Edwardian period was. Hanging out, having a good time, baking cakes, going on little walks in the countryside. I don't know what they were doing there, and that's why we play the RiverBank RPG, to find out. But yeah, thank you all so much for being here today. We only have some news for today. Again, things are kind of slow right now. RiverBank RPG is the biggest thing we got going on. I'm the town backer here from Kobold Mountain. Well, thank you. Town baker, thank you. We appreciate the breads you all make in Kobold Mountain. They are quite delicious, and I do love bread. Baking bread, that's a cozy activity. Big things for today. We're going to talk a little bit about RiverBank, obviously. There's a bundle that I need to tell you all about as well, and I need to tell you about the RiverBank RPG Coloring Contest that is currently going on from now until next week, where you have the chance to win some stuff, and all you got to do is embrace the inner artist. So let's go over there and talk about it. Oh, that's not for now. But let's talk RiverBank RPG. Now, this little game you might have recognized is something that we crowdfunded last year. Based off of the novel by the same name, or at least a similar name. I think it's maybe Along the Riverbank. I don't quite remember the name of the novel, but written by the same writer, Kij Johnson, of the RiverBank novel, the sequel to Wind in the Willows. The RiverBank RPG puts you in that world, puts you in the world of RiverBank, Wind in the Willows, being fancy, dapper animal people in all your cute little coats and dresses, hats and scarves, with your cute little bug pets, going about just doing kind of cozy, chaotic adventures. It's a bit like a sitcom in many ways, just kind of lighthearted, fun adventures that you can all do. Yeah, the cover is beautiful. Let's take a quick look at that. The cover itself, it gives you the vibes, right? Like, it's soft, it's warm, delightful, and fun. Look at them out on their little rowboat out amongst the river. She has her little parasol protecting her from the sun's rays. And the ladybug, it's gone away, but you can tell it's theirs because of its ribbon leash. The world of RiverBank is cozy and beautiful and nice. And that's the world we're going to try to be immersing ourselves in right now, especially because sometimes the real world is a little much, and we want to find our escapes in whatever way we can. Let's check out this copy here. It is a truth universally acknowledged that somewhere between the first dainty sip of tea and the final venomously hurled piece of cake, Aunt Alice's bridge game had taken a regrettable turn. In the RiverBank role-playing game, you and a few reputable, or otherwise, animal friends reside in an idyllic, my brain got lost there, idyllic English countryside setting created by award-winning writer Kij Johnson. Weave a cozy narrative of social adventures, escalating situations, and impending disasters with more than a few unexpected twists. Celebrate festivals, attend Miss Badger's literary salons for the hors d'oeuvres, if nothing else, and nurture, occasionally sabotage, relationships with one another and a charming cast of non-player characters. Welcome to the RiverBank. Your story is about to begin. Your partner might enjoy it. Your partner might enjoy it. It's a cozy little game, and it's also designed in such a way where you can play it with the GM, or you can play it GM-less, because a lot of the chaos that comes from the playing of the game are coming from the cards that you're drawing, the haphazardry cards, because every 30 minutes, yes, there is a timer, you have to draw from the haphazardry deck, and it changes the situation in some way where, like, oh, all of a sudden this new person like enters the fray and brings about all these problems, or oh no, now you're all really hungry all of a sudden. What do you do about that? It's all just kind of, it's fun. It's really easy to get into without having to worry so much about like a bunch of crunch and math. The mechanics of it are relatively straightforward. It'll be a little strange if you're more used to like a D20 based like Dungeons and Dragons or Pathfinder or something like that. It curves a little bit away from that, but there's still enough crunch and mechanics there to give each of your characters ways to influence the narrative in various ways. We'll be talking more mechanics about RiverBank at another time, but hey, it's out, and you can go check out that book right now. I'm going to put the link right here in the chat. You can find out more about RiverBank actually on our YouTube. I had an interview that I did with Kidge over during Kobold Con, where she talks about going into the design of RiverBank and how she wants people to approach it. So it's very informational, and I've been told that people learned a lot about it. A lot of our GMs at Gen Con watched this video to prepare for them to run the game at Gen Con, and I was told it worked, so hey, go check it out. But that's RiverBank, which again we'll be getting more and more into very soon, but that's not what we're talking about right now. Next, we have to talk about, wait, that's not the right thing. I thought I changed this. I'm a big fool. I'm about to change this right now, gang. Hey, Jiro, what are we actually talking about today? Boom. Thank you. RiverBank is live. That's what we just talked about. The next thing we have to talk about is the Dark Fantasy Bundle. This coming from our friends over at Fanatical. So, you can see the Dark Fantasy. Actually, I want to read. I like reading copy. There's something fun about it. Let's talk about this bundle. Grab your dice, gather your characters, and embark on a series of new adventures with the Dark Fantasy in the Shadows bundle. Fanatical are proud to partner with the sensational Kobold Press to offer a stacked lineup of 5th edition D&D RPG books to pit your party, your characters, and party against new foes in the realm. With this 4-tier bundle, snap up the first tier absolutely free and collect selection of books that's perfect. That's a perfect introduction to Kobold Press. And so those free ones, we can, hey, free. Yes, free. You can you can click on it. I'm just going to send it to you right now. You can get 3 of our 5th edition books for free. That's Midgard 5e Heroes, The Great Race of Trombay, which is an adventure that came out, oh gosh, time is nothing, earlier this year or late last year. I don't quite remember. But it's the horse racing adventure that I do remember. And then Unlikely Heroes 5th edition. So you've got a ton of player options, including new races and classes, or races and subclasses, backgrounds, all of that good stuff. And then you got a little adventure for free. You can just get it right now. Like literally, you just gotta go. I get it. You're missing out if you don't. Now, if you get the $5.99 bundle, you get 5 more products, which is $5.99 for 8 products. I guess it's technically the other 3 are free. You didn't pay for it, but it's like $6 for 5 more supplements, right? Because you find yourself in a haunted house, which, hey, it kind of tells you what that is on the tin, huh? It's a 16-page supplement that covers frightful tropes, moody mechanics, and monstrous stat blocks, helping you create a compelling haunted house. Yeah, that tells you what it is. And then you also get all of these other things: The Bargain It Begins, Spelldrinker's Cavern, The Wandering just more adventures and stuff. That's days, weeks, however long you're playing, kind of amount of fun. And then for the third tier, $9.99. So for $10, you're getting all of this, all of that, everything from there and up, which gets you Deep Magic 12, Blood and Doom spells, 12 Peculiar Towers. Hey, new towers, a bunch more Warlocks. But if you go $20, which is the highest tier here, right, you get absolutely all of these. And this is a steal, gang. Like, this is a steal, right? For $20, you get Creature Codex, the Expanding the Codex, Creature Codex Layers, and Empire of the Ghouls, Tales of the Old Margrave Player's Guide, which gives you way more player options, Courts of the Shadow Fae, an entire campaign module, Deep Magic 10, back when they were, just little zines, Demon Cults and Secret Societies, Warlock, Underworld Layers, Underworld Player's Guide, the Ill Met by Moonlight, Casting the Longest Shadows, Eldritch Layers, Grim Malkin, Streets of Zobek, Warlock 5, Lost and Found, The Food That Eats, and The Green Maiden. Plus everything I've already talked about. For $20. Hey, come here real quick. $20. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. That's all I gotta say. It's pretty good. So yeah, go check that out over on Fanatical, and do yourself a favor. Get yourself some cool books. Some great books, even. Great books. I'm willing to say great. I would say they're great. Absolutely. All right. So next, before we get into our coloring time, because we're going to color together. That's what we're doing here for Kobold Chat today. It's going to be a real nice cozy time. I've got my tea. Oh, that's delightful. Oh, that's delightful. I'm so glad I made this cup of tea. I hope you have a cup of tea with you as well. Before we sit down, have our cup of tea and color our thing here, I want to tell you about what the coloring competition is, so you know why we are coloring together. So, if you go over to the Kobold Press blog, my favorite place on earth, I'm linking it right now in the chat, you'll find information about this coloring contest. You'll also find a link so you can download the coloring sheet as well, so that you can take part in it. Yes, you can take part in it. And why would you want to take part in it? Why would you want to color your own version of the RiverBank cover? Isn't that cute? Thank you, Stan. Why would you want to do that? Well, silly. So you can share it with the world. And when you share it with the world, tagging it on social media with @Kobold Press so that we know that you posted it, or if you come over to our Kobold Press Discord and post it, by the 19th, I believe is what it is. Yeah, November 19th, yes. We will have selected 3 winners of all the art that's been posted to potentially win a limited edition of RiverBank, as well as the haphazardry and downtime cards, and a sticker sheet, and a PDF of the book. Now, that's the first place winner. Second place winner gets the RiverBank book and the sticker sheet, and third place, you get the PDF. All you have to do is color. All you have to do is color, and you can go and get, let's see, what's that limited edition? $99.99? As well as you get the third $25 box for free. And all you have to do is color? I don't know, gang. Sounds pretty good to me. So that's the deal, right? Go, and you don't just have to color. Do it up however you want. You want to bedazzle it. You want to collage it with leaves and things of that nature. Get creative. We just want to have a good time with you and see what stuff you can color, what stuff you can draw, what stuff you can make some art with. Because taking time to make some art, doing a little arts and crafts, might be a good way to decompress. There's a lot going on right now. So maybe sit down, have a cup of tea with me. And we're going to do some drawing. Now, I'm not going to sit here and pretend to you all that I am a master artist, a masterful digital artist who knows my full way around Photoshop and knows how to make gorgeous, beautiful art. But when I was in elementary school, I won a coloring contest, coloring in some irises, the flowers, using colored pencil. So you're going to have to beat that if you want that book. Okay. The biggest question here, whenever starting a bit of art, and no, genuinely, please, if you have the time and you are able to, go get the coloring sheet. We're just going to sit here and we're going to make some art with each other and chat. If you have any questions, I'll be looking at chat. We can chat it up. But we're just going to be making some art today. It's going to be a real cozy day. So, let's see. Yeah, the big question here is where to start. And what's the kind of vibe I'm going for? I'm not quite sure. I think I'm going to start with this kind of foreground here. Figure out what I want from that. And then kind of build on that. I think that's where we're going. So we're going to make a new layer here. And I'm gonna have to figure out the right blending options and stuff for what's gonna actually look good on this. But hey, we're in this together. I have to remember my hotkeys. Okay, cool. We're just gonna start off with the grass. I think that'll be helpful. We're gonna yeah. Let's do some grass here. Paintbrush. What kind of brushes we got here? Let's go with, like this. Hello? Why is it not? Oh. Because that's the smudge tool, silly. Okay. Okay. This kind of feels a little bit like a color pencil. There we go. You thinking of coloring digitally as well? Okay, see? Great minds think alike. Okay, I like the texture of this. And I like the yeah, okay. This is the great thing about art. You can just kind of like play around a little bit and figure out what works for you. I kind of like the texture that's coming out of that. It gives kind of like a grass feel a little bit. So I do want the grass to be visible from under here. So, we're gonna actually, let me figure out my blending option now before I get too deep in it and can't do anything. Let's see. Multiply? Okay, multiply might be it. I think this color might be a little dark. I think we've started off with too dark of a green. I'm just gonna make that a little bigger for us. Yeah, I think I started off with too dark of a green, gang. Now the question is, do I go back? Or do I try something else? Ooh, I could also just change with the opacity here. Have this be the green for the grass. Ooh, okay. Actually, it's giving kind of a pale look in a way that I wasn't expecting, but I don't hate it. Maybe if I layer some colors on top of it, it'll start doing something. Is this Photoshop? Yes, this is Photoshop. That's what I'm using. But hey, use whatever you got, You got the paint application, Canva, whatever it is. However you make art, that's what we're looking for here. Oh, wasn't trying to do that. Thank you. Okay. So I kind of like this kind of spotty green a little bit. I'm going to layer another color on here to try to brighten it up a little bit. You might be able to do the opposite of what you're doing if you erase the white to make it transparent. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to make... I want the white to be there because I do want... I want it to feel like something that's been drawn on, you know? Like, I want this... I think the vibe I'm going for a little bit is kids' play mat on... at a Steak and Shake or something. I don't know if any of you know what a Steak and Shake is. At Denny's. Steak and Shake is everywhere. What am I talking about? I think it might be more regional than I think. I haven't seen a Steak and Shake since I moved to Delaware. Not a lot in Texas either. Okay. So I kind of like that. Let's do, Okay. I'm just kind of playing around with this grass a bit. I think this grass is going to be our kind of test pilot for how the rest of this is going to go. Yeah, I want a little bit of something on top of that. Yeah, look at that. I think I'm okay going on top of that bark because I'll have more. Okay. I'm going to put this like lighter green around where these have been. I have to change the blending here too. Just to kind of give like some places where there's some visual difference. And then like around the edges here. And like a little bit, yeah. Kind of like that, kind of like that. Maybe not right here. Do I have a eraser tool? Oh my god, there's so many tools. Eraser tool, there we go. Maybe like, yeah, not, oh. I don't hate that. Yeah, okay, yeah. Then, let's see. Ooh, if we go lighter, screen. Ooh, screen's interesting. Oh, actually, screen is really interesting. Let's go color dodge. Yeah. This is art. This is the process of making art. Experimenting, playing around. And this is why handmade art will always be better than AI art. Look at this, the process of learning, the process of, I'm gonna make this green around here. Just Stan's name stands out here. Just wouldn't require the blending. That's fair. I'm doing the blending because I am interested in how the different blending effects are going to like change the way that the colors sit on each other, if that makes sense. Like, I'm looking for like, yeah, I think I'm looking for that difference a little bit. I'm gonna pull from this again because I want a little bit more like darker around here. Yeah, there we go. Oh, wait, no. Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay, I've somehow found this other kind of texture here, but I'm not hating it. It's making the grass look really interesting. It's giving it a really like lush kind of look, which is what I'm looking for, I think. Yeah, look at that grass. Isn't that lush? So lush. Okay. Okay, cool. Are you using Clip Studio? No, I'm currently using Photoshop. Yeah, I kind of... Honestly, I don't hate this. I don't hate the way that that's looking, so I think that's the vibe we're going to go with. Next, we're going to do this bark here. We're going to figure out the color of this wood. I think... I'm going to go, yeah, here. Try to find a real... Do we layer it dark and then lighter colors? I guess that's kind of been what's working for us. So what happens? If I, oh yeah, that's a dark brown. I don't hate that. Okay. Looks nice and grassy. Thank you, thank you. Watch out for that kraken. Okay. I'm gonna do it a little messy because I'm looking for the messiness here. I think the messiness helps give it some character. And it also leaves space for other colors to like pop out of it like a bit more prominently, you know? So we're gonna go for like a little bit of lighter color here now. Ooh, I love the way that looks. That's gorgeous. Yeah, I just really wanted to pop out like where the spaces and that darker brown are gone. Honestly, this is feeling kind of good. I'm not gonna lie. Honestly, I think I might, yeah, just have. Is that too bright as to not be recognizable as the wood anymore? It's kind of where I'm questioning. Maybe I need to go in with like another, like a real, like a redder. Ooh, okay, okay. Wait, this is something. Little redwood tree. Okay. How are we feeling about this wood? It feels maybe a little bright. Maybe I do just need to commit to like a darker color, like a real darker brown. The layering of colors is what's really going to help us here. We're going to get a nice complex look. So all these hues melding together. Still see those bits of yellows and reds peeking through. And we're getting a real fun texture out of it. Okay, yeah, I'm liking that. I'm gonna get some of this green again. I'm just gonna go back over that yellow. Let those colors mix a little bit, but not too much. This is still the grasses space. Okay, yeah, I think I like that tree a lot better. I like that tree a lot better. And then we're gonna take our eraser here and we're just gonna clean up the sides. Just gonna clean up the sides here. Yeah. Yeah. Oh no, that's too high. Okay. Okay, that's feeling good. I think that's feeling good. I'm trying to figure out at what point do I just keep working my way up? Do I do the river now and then them? I feel like I should do the river and then, or do I do this other grass and trees and then I make my way to the river? I don't know what would be the best way. Still trying to figure that out. I'm gonna group these though. I'm gonna call this what? This is the foreground. Wow, the difference, the huge difference between which is on top and which is on bottom. They're like really dark versus like this kind of like vibrant. Maybe do the top bank since you kind of. Okay, yeah, I am. You're right. Thank you, Mochi. Good advice. Good advice. We're going to keep doing the grass because that's just the kind of vibe we're at right now. And I still have that green, so we're still good. We're going to make new here, and then this is going to be the background. So let's get some more of that paint deal. Gonna go. Cool. Gonna go around this hat. Oh man, I get to decide what their clothes are gonna be. That's gonna be messy. I'm not the best at like clothes or like in that. I've never been great at character design. I'm great at writing characters and like coming up with that, but like when it comes to like, hey, how does this character look? It's just not really, my brain doesn't really work like that. Actually, let's go. There we go. Gotta find the space around. Yeah, there we go. Still trying to leave in some. I'm gonna make this a little smaller. I wish I knew the hotkey for that, so we can work our way around. Yeah, there we go. Let it bleed in there a little bit, just a little bit. All right, but I want to leave a lot of space here for other colors to fill. Okay. Okay. I'm feeling this. I still need to choose the blending option for this. But this almost kind of has like a watercolor kind of feel to it, I think. But it is still very like a little colored pencil-esque. Which I am enjoying. Like, yeah, seeing the little spaces. Okay. So much more grass. So much more grass. But we're not rushing here. We're taking our time. This is art, not a race. We're having a good time. Just realized I can do like, yeah. I don't want there to be too much uniformity. Take your time and enjoy the process. Yeah, that's the best way to look at coloring, I think. Be sure to take breaks, get more tea. So true. I wish I had more. Oh, that's so good. Honey chamomile tea with a little bit more honey in there and some vanilla almond creamer. Heaven. That's heaven on earth right there. That's a little sweet treat just for me. Well, not just for me. I guess it's just for me because I made it and I'm the only one drinking it. But I suppose if any of you were here, I'd be willing to share some of my delicious tea. What are friends for? Okay. All right. I'm gonna fill in some more of this just so that both sides of this feel at least kind of similar in vibe. Okay, cool. So we've got that green. And we're going to, let's see. Color burn, multiply. Trying to remember what we did for the doing any of the like soft lighter just makes it look like kind of like pale crayon. Let's go multiply. Bring that bad boy down. cool are right on top of that. From a distance, sure, looks like Bing Bong. Bing Bong. That's so funny. We're climbing, we're hiking, we're going to the peak. Okay, here we go. There it is. Get some of that green in there. A brighter green. We're gonna go... honestly, I'm trying to remember what the other one was. It just meant screen and then... gonna make this a little smaller, then we're zooming in. Wow. On those edges there. And go. Wait, okay. I want to see, what was this? This was color dodge. Interesting. What does this color dodge look like? Okay, I don't know what was going on there, but yeah, okay, color dodge this. Okay. Oh, that one's too long. There we go. There we go. Growing like weeds along the river, just around the river band. Okay. Like these places. Okay. Okay, let's see. Okay, we're getting somewhere a little bit. Why do those look so different? I wonder. If I go back to normal, right? Maybe I just need a... give me this color. What is this color? That one. Yeah, that's the one I want. Okay, cool. Thank you. You can go back to color dodging. Color dodge. Oh, wrong thing. There we go. Okay, there we go. I need this kind of cooler green. There we go. Okay. I'm getting a hang of it. I'm figuring it out. We're figuring it out. And I'm feeling good about it. Okay, yeah. It's feeling lush again, feeling lush and grassy. I'm gonna... huh? Okay, there we go. There we go. There we go. It's feeling lush and grassy, but in a way that the other one doesn't. Why does this other one feel so much messier? I think because there's so much white left over. So I need to find a way to fill this up with something dark and green like this. There we go. Yeah. Actually, hold on. I'm going to make another layer under this that does this. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna... Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm looking for right there. There we go. Yeah. Darkening that up. Does that feel... Feels a little better, but... I love the usual, but I could def watch you color a KP item once a month or every other month. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll make it more... Actually, KP idea, TOV coloring book. Great for adult colorers and also for kids into 5e. We got so much art, it could probably be done. Why does this look so much different? What did I do differently? So this bottom layer is mostly this one color, and then I highlight. Okay, so that's kind of the issue that I went with there. Okay. I see where I've gone wrong. And you know what? The great thing about digital art is that you can always fix what you've done. It's never too late. So we're going to grab this color, whatever color this is. That's our color. Boom. And now what was this? This was a... Oh, that's fun. This was... No. A linear burn? Yeah, that feels like a linear burn. Okay, cool. So up, we're going up here, doing that brush. We're going to try to recreate, keep it in style, you know? Oh, that's too big. Elminster rewinds the clock. The most powerful magic is chronomancy. You can always undo your mistakes, and no one will ever know. Okay, cool. So yeah, let's add a thing above that. Okay, cool. We're going to make this smaller again. All right, here we go. Okay. We got to go for, and then we're going for like a linear burn here, right? Linear burn, there we go. Maybe something a little smaller, like 30. Yeah, that feels good. Okay, cool. So we're trying to get most of this in this kind of feel. Some of these places are going to be darker than others, and that's okay. Around the edges, we can get a little light, like around here. But mostly, we want the color to be primarily a little uniform, I think, is... rather than do the whole thing there, I'm gonna figure out our style here, and then just kind of what's the does that feel accurate? Yeah, it feels a bit more accurate. Okay, cool. So actually, I'm going to take these back. And then I'm gonna add linear dodge here. Okay, cool. So let's get our butts in there. Uh-oh, what happened? Hello? Hello? Okay, there we go. Then let's start. And because these are smaller over here, let's make these greens feel smaller. It's in the distance. These brighter colors are this lush foliage. It's all coming from a place far, far away. But a place that feels much closer. And then we're going to go around. Okay. Feels kind of good, but I need a color kind of like in between, I think. That's going to really bring these two together. Maybe? Nope. That's too dark. In between. Yeah, like kind of neutral green here. I think that's a little too close maybe to the other one. Oh, no. No. Hold on. It's kind of doing what I want. It's kind of doing what I want a little bit. Okay, yeah. Yeah, there we go. Okay, and then this is going to be... Okay, I think I'm going to have to accept that it's not going to be the same. It's consistent, and besides, consistency is not the point. It was a goal, and I don't know if I'm going to get the same vibe. It'll be lush, it'll be green, but it won't be the same. And that's okay. I wish there was a... Oh, wait. If I smudge tool? Oh! Yeah, no, that's not really it. That darker one isn't. How did I get this? How did I get the front look so good? But I'm super struggling with this back part. Maybe because I need to rather look at the smaller thing. I need to see it as a whole. I'm too busy looking at such a small aspect of it. When really what I need is to look at the broader picture. And because, actually, I understand where this problem is coming from. Now that I'm looking at it in its face. The brush, when I'm doing it that small, is way smaller than when I was doing it down here. And so the textures of the brush actually get kind of lost a little bit because of how small those brushes were. And so I was losing the texture that I was looking for because I was so focused in on that small part. It was, in fact, I was too dialed in. I was too focused. I was losing perspective, the bigger picture. May this be a lesson for all of us. And now I'm starting to get those textures again that I was actually looking for. Try flattening the layers for the bottom and see if that fixes the blending interaction with each other. I think that is actually like a bit of it. Oh, for the bottom, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah. Well, I will try that again for this one if it remains an issue. But I think the big thing, losing the banks for the blade of grass. I almost said glass. Okay. Right, because when I look at this one, right, this is primarily pretty flat with some darker, maybe. There's also a chance that my starting color here is just too dark, and I do need to change it up with a flatter green, which will help act as the base for so many of these colors. Right, and then we go back to, what is this, linear dodge? No, it's yeah, there we go. See, that's looking very similar. And 89. There we go. There we go. I'm trying to recreate some aspects of it, not all of it. See, there we go. The banks around here, around the forest edges. There we go. There we go. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the vision. I'm seeing the future. And now, what is this? Color dodge. There we go. There we go. These sailors saw too much. We gotta. These sailors saw too much. Sink 'em. We were just trying to get our ladybug. I don't care what you were trying to do. But the queen can't have anyone out here knowing what really happened. We don't know what we saw. We swear it. Long live the queen. I guess it'd be king. This is the Edwardian period, so it's King Edward. There's also just a king now. Wild to think that. After so many years of there being a queen. That's just how these things go, huh? That's how these things go. Okay. I'm feeling a little better about it. There's still an aspect where I'm like, okay. Oh, hey, okay. That I'm liking a little bit more. Make it a little bit smaller in some spaces. Try to lush up that green a little bit. We're lushing up the green a little bit. Lushing up that green a little bit. Make the dark spots feel a little darker. Then, let's see. Can I? Okay. 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 Gonna darken that up around here. Perfect. Okay. I'm liking how that's looking way better. So now we just have to recreate everywhere else. Going for this kind of pale green. Nope. Wrong place. Wrong place. Wrong time. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Now. Here we go. Fill in that space. With all them grasses. We're going to make this a little bigger so that the actual textures of this thing get captured. And again, we're not looking for perfection here. I know I've restarted a couple of times, but it's not for I was looking for consistency because I had intent, not because I'm trying to make it look quote-unquote perfect. These are different things within our disciplines of trying to create art. Striving for perfection. No, that's not what we're looking for. But we are trying to make the best possible version of what we're making. And in that, we find our purpose. Okay. Let's see. Keep the mood on brand. Keep the mood on brand. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we're going back. Going back to this. For something. Is this a cooler green? Like right here? Ooh, okay, yeah. Yeah. I'm liking the way that that's looking. Oh. Okay. There's a lushness there, a green. Amazing. Okay, and then, because you know, if we bring this out of the grasses, we put this towards the edges. We show our love of life, our love of grass. Gosh, love grass. Okay. And then I think I just need one more layer that I'm going to put under this. That's just going to be like a deeply pale but dark green. Oh. Okay, let's do the, let's bring that opacity down. Oh, yeah. Right there. Yeah, there's something about that. I'm feeling it. Right there. That's kind of like a shadow almost. Shadows of the ooh. Something about it. I need that darker kind of something over here now. Yeah, there we go. Where's that going? It's going right here. There it is. There it is. It looks different, but I kind of like it. It's almost like light filtering through trees a little bit. in a way I'm really enjoying. Now the big thing here is I'm going to have to find a way. We're gonna take some of this brown here to make the trees in the back feel distinct, unsure, or like, yeah, like kind of like separate it from the trees or from the grass below it. So let's see, maybe is it time for a new brush? I really like this one though. Can I favorite it? Can I favorite that brush? Please. What brush was that even? Is that one? Okay, so it's in order of stuff. Okay, cool. Cool, good to know. What's this? Oh. Oh, that's something. Okay, hold on. We're gonna make this smaller. And we're gonna, yeah, that's something. Oh yeah, that's something. All right, cool. So this is we're gonna group these up. So that's a different bad boy. This is going on top of it. It goes right here. Yeah. But I did like the way that was doing it. Oh, ooh. Oh, the hard light on there is interesting. So I'm thinking either hard light or if we go, I kind of like hard light. That's pretty good, I think. And so anywhere that there are like some of these trees in the background, we're just gonna add a little brown there. Yeah, like right back there. And we got some trees over yonder. Over here. Over here. Over here. And over here. I feel like I can probably. Now, great question is, what are we doing about all this gray? Oh, this gray. This gray is going to go under this, so I think it's like, oh. And then, let's just, yeah, let's not even worry about that, dog. What's this going to look like, though? I like multiply. And I think I'm going to have this gray here, but I think I'm going to add green on it. So it'll just be like a really dark, pale green going on there, right? So we've got that, but then on top of it, right, we'll do this really dark green. Yeah, like that. And then on top of that, we're going to go real God, I think this is it. No, I need something darker than that. Let's make this bigger because I like the texture of this. Oh, nope. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, no. Go back up. New layer. Bam. Okay, let's go with that. I don't hate this. But I do, let's see. I do love multiply on that. I love multiply on that. So I think we're going to go in with this green for all of those. And then we're going to go on top of that with oopsie. Okay, cool. And then on top of that, we're going to get like a real dark one. A little darker. Make this a smaller brush. And then, yeah, we're going to fill in some of those spaces. Yeah, fill that down there. You get a little bit of that, them shadows going. Get a real sense of that, the texture. Yo, okay, okay. Okay, oh, yeah, let's get this, oh. Oh. Where's this? Here? Right home? Oh, it's here. Dun, dun, dun. Look at this, gang. Ah, dang it. Okay. Okay, this is a vibe. I love a good coloring moment. Also, the planning in moment is super fun. We did a coloring contest at work for Halloween. Ooh, that's fun. Yeah, look, it's so good. I like the TOV coloring book idea. Yeah, I also think that could be a lot of fun. Okay, I feel really good about something like, especially like right around here, that little tree moment. I love that. And now we're getting to the hardest part. I think I'm going to focus on this ladybug, though, before we get to that. Because I already know the headache. That this is going to be. Let's see. Well, I mean, this is a ladybug, right? So it's got to be red. So let's start with that, huh? Let's go for a cooler red. Something like something still vibrant like this, I think. Can we get a different texture going on? I do like that. I want to keep this. Concept brushes. Oh, those are leaves. Okay, well, we'll see how this does. Let's make this smaller. Oh, that's huge. Gonna make this multiply. Just get those big red wings. Not butterflies that they're known for. We're gonna go for like a little lighter, like almost like a grayish blue for the wings. Yeah. Okay. Okay, wait, I don't hate this. I kind of like I kind of like that color. Okay. And then for its thorax, God, what should it be? Like maybe like a pale yellow kind of jam. I don't know what color they are. Maybe closer to like a brown, like that. Does that feel good? Is this how ladybugs look? Or are they supposed to be like a dark or like yellowish color? I feel like it should maybe be closer to like a yellow than a brown. So let's go back to like this. Yeah. Yeah, something about this feels more right to me. But maybe we do a stripe thing? Maybe we do a little stripe deal? Like right down here. Right around there, right around here, and like something up in there, and then maybe brown? Is this how ladybugs work? Is this how ladybugs look? Someone tell me if I'm wrong. I'm kind of liking it though. So even if you told me I was wrong, I'd be inclined not to believe you. That's pretty nice. That's okay, hold on. If I can gloat, I think that's a gorgeous looking ladybug. I think that's a gorgeous looking ladybug. We can get some more of that blue there so we can get that through the trees and stuff, but this feels like a pretty good ladybug. Thanks for stopping by, Eric. It's been dope. Hey, don't forget, draw your own. Everybody here, yeah, I'm doing this for fun. You can do it and potentially win a copy of RiverBank. If you go onto the website, hold on, I'm going to post the thing once more. For anyone who's new, who's joining us, anyone who may have forgotten, you can go to this page right now. You can download the exact coloring sheet that I'm doing right now. If you print it out, color it, either in person or digitally, you can post it anywhere on social media or on the Kobold Press Discord for a chance to win a copy of the RiverBank RPG. So, just reminding you, we're doing this for fun, but also, you have a chance to win something. So, unlike me, I'm not upset about that, to be clear. That just is what it is. I've already bought the game. All right, so we're going to go this with the leash. I think multiply has been feeling pretty good, I think, as far as like the best way to do some of these finer details. So we're going to go with this kind of pale pink leash, I think, is the vibe. We're feeling that in. We're filling that in. And now that this is filled in, we can kind of go over some of these white spots with more of our... got a little ambitious on that one. Got a little ambitious on that curve. I don't think I really got to do much like shadow work on this one. I think this one is just kind of gonna be what it is, and I'm cool with that. I like the way that the other colors are blending in to it as well. Kind of cool. Okay. Honestly, I feel really good about this ladybug, gang. I don't care if it looks a little bit like a bee. It looks a little bit like a bee, but guess what? That's because it belongs in my heart. Thanks so much, gang. Get out of here, you bot. Yeah, I like that. So that's the, what is this? That's the ladybug, and then that's that. Nope. Making a group for that. That's the ladybug. Cool. I want to do some more grass work here. Some more of this darker color. So, specifically, now that we've got that covered, just clearing up more of that white, you know? Okay. All right. And then now is the hardest part. I gotta do the river. Do I do the river? Yeah, I think I'm gonna go river boat. I think that's the vibe. Cool. All right. Let's get it. So, for this river, darker color, and then, okay, cool. So we'll go dark blue. I think this, yeah, that feels right. Ooh, bud. Okay, here we go. God, painting this river finally. Multiply. Are we going for something? Ooh, the hard light gives us something a little interesting here. So I'm going around the edges. The shining river. Now this is the riverbank. Let some of that blue get up on that on the ship. Letting the colors bleed into each other a little bit. Because I know there's going to be deep browns and stuff for that boat. I want to see that mix into the blue of the water. Because it too is here in the water along the riverbank. Okay. The filling in portion is going well. This little rat guy. Or dormouse, unsure. Now I could try to make this small enough to fit like stuff in here without, you know, like, that's nice. Yeah, right there. That's good. Again, I'm not trying to be clean and clear with any of this. The goal is not precision. The goal is the effect, the feeling of it. Maybe not that. Because that should be, yeah, okay. And then we got some stuff here. What is this? Now we're getting just into these little crevices. Because we know you make it a little larger so we still have our texture here. There we go. Okay, cool. So we have the start of our river. Now I think we do need to get a little darker for some of these waves here. I think, yeah, we're gonna get new one here. We're just gonna go right over some of these waves. right? We're just kind of going a little bit over the waves here. And I think subtract is interesting. What this looks like, take down the opacity a little bit. Yeah, it gives it some, gives it a little texture. And we're gonna keep going left and right here to give it a sense of like direction, a little motion in the ocean, you understand? We're giving it just like a little bit of feel so it all feels like it's heading in the same direction, giving us some more greater horizontal feel. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm not an artist. I'm trying to fake it till I make it, gang. Just let me do that. Like this linear light, maybe. Like something a little bit more. You're like, yeah, that's feeling good. Yeah, that's feeling good. And what if we go something like really something over this with kind of just like a kind of gray? Is that what I'm looking for? I don't think so. Because what would that do? Ooh, okay. Actually, yeah, I think that is kind of the vibe I was going for. Let's make this a little larger. Yeah, let's get some more textures going on in there. There we go. It's all about blending the colors together in a way that helps make things feel cohesive, but also interesting visually. Amazing. I love that. I am going to take my eraser tool here. I'm going to make sure, yeah, because I just want to get some of that out of the tree. I'm not looking for all of that in the tree. There we go. It's just getting a little messy right there. Here, okay, so we have gone a half an hour over our usual, but hey, I'm not upset about that. Not upset about that at all. Okay, let's see. I think, yeah, the next thing is the boat here. Next thing is the boat. Now, I am going to, looking at some of this, I might see if I can bring that down. Zoom in. Can I take some of that green out? Yeah. I want to soften this, though, because I don't want, like, hard, yeah. Just, please. I want to see some of that pink. There we go. There we go. Oh, not all that now. There we go. I just want to get more of the pink from the from that ribbon rather than it getting lost in the grass. Awesome. Okay, cool. So that's that. Let's see. I do want to get rid of some of this. Yeah. It's impeding on my guy. Just a little bit. Just a little bit there. Just a little bit there. All right. Cool. Some of that on their snout is good. I like some of that there. It's totally fine. Okay, cool. This is the water. That's the river. Above that is going to be the boat. Where is my paint? Okay, there we go. I don't know if this is the texture I want for this. We might be back to this. Okay, cool. And if I go... Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. Kind of getting me here. Let's see. There we go. Okay, yeah. I really like this shape. At first I thought it was a little awkward, but like now that I'm like using it, I'm like, oh, this actually is like such an amazing shape for this because of the way that it curves. And I love the way the water's hitting on the wood of the boat there. And still kind of like leaving that mark. Looks gorgeous. I'm gonna make those two different color woods, I think. That way it's distinct amongst each other. I do like just kind of this clean brown for the ship. I'm definitely going to add a little bit of texture with like some darker browns going on there. Honestly, yeah, let's do all of this. Oh. Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Hope you all are enjoying the smooth rain sounds and music, keeping us here for some chill times. Thanks for the chill. Of course. Thank you for stopping by. So surprised Violetta has not woken up to I might be jinxing myself, knocking on wood, that my cat hasn't woken up to cause a stir with her screaming. But you know what? We're gonna take every blessing we can get. I feel like that's supposed to be the wood of the boat. I also think this is the wood of the boat. There we go. Cool. So just gonna, yep, that right there. I think this is also the wood of the boat. I think this is also the wood of the boat. This might also be the wood of the boat. Okay, yeah. And then this is the wood of the boat. And we're gonna do some shading here with some darker browns to help keep things distinct. But overall, this is our kind of base foundation here. For what this boat's... Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire. Okay. That's looking good. Okay. That feels like the whole boat. Amazing. Cool. Let's get a darker brown going. Let's get another texture here. Something that's gonna help. Ooh, maybe. I think I want something with kind of more of a streak feel. I should get some more brushes to use for Photoshop. I don't really use a ton, but I'm getting the sense that I'm enjoying this and maybe would do it more. Okay, let's see. How does this feel? Okay. What would happen if we did this? Do that. Right. Okay. Kind of like that. And then if I go, this? A little smaller. I can turn this. Okay, I can turn this. Okay, cool. So let's see. We're gonna go for actually, let's go back. We're actually going to do these shadows here on the inside of the boat. Okay. Okay. Great that. Oh. Let's see. Trying to. What's this? Honestly, I feel like that's pretty good for that. I'll figure maybe we'll see something. Now, the big question here is I have to start figuring out what colors people wear. And that's so hard. Now, I could, as you say, use the actual cover of the RiverBank cover as help here. So she's kind of got like a light pink. Oh, it's just like black hair. Well, you know, it is what. Oh, they have like a red boat with white. Oh, that's interesting. Well, you know, I could always add a little red there. I think that is what I was looking for. I was looking for a little bit of color differentiation. Ooh, I actually really like that. Yeah, that red really, ooh, that really brought that out there. Okay, I love that. The red, the brown, the darker parts in there. Yeah, that's good. That's the good stuff. That's the good stuff. Okay. So in the thing, she has like this pinkish red, and maybe that's what we go for here as well. It would match. Actually, yeah. What if this matches this for her? So this is the boat. That's great. Here. Love the texture of that, actually. That turned out really good. And then we're going to go with this on here. And it's going to go with this little lightish blue, I think. No. Put that away. Okay. Also, I have to change this to whatever it is we're doing. I guess multiply works best. There we go. And then we're gonna go like kind of like a gold here. Okay. And then yeah. I think underneath what? Underneath that, go some brighter whites. Go with that again. Close this. Close that. Okay, cool. I love the way that that's looking. I think I'm gonna get like a little darker on that, and then just add a little texture. Yeah, there we go. Love that. Okay, cool. Whew. Now we need her dress. This is where it's gonna get a little hard, I think, because I don't really know what color to make her dress. Let's go for a pale, kind of sea foamish. Oh no, too far. Don't want to go past this sash here, but I am going to color all of this. Obviously leaving some white spaces still, because we are going to be filling in these colors with some other, hopefully, complementary stuff. And so we're not looking to fill in everything, but we are going to give it a good base. Amazing. I think this top is also going to be the same color, so might as well go in with that. I don't know what color her accessories are going to be. The hat is probably straw, so we'll go with like a brown, probably. This color that I've picked, I'm realizing now, is looking a little Howl's Moving Castle. Hold on, wait. Let me look up the, what's her name in Howl's Moving Castle? Oh, yeah, she has like a darker blue, which maybe, I mean, honestly, might be what I need next, right? If I go for this kind of darker blue under it. not much of the same hardness, right? Give it a little texture. I love the, yeah, oh God, I love the texture that this gives. Yeah, that's good, that's good. And then we're gonna go for like a real pale dark one. I'm gonna put right above. We're just gonna fill out that. I'm gonna fill out some of this under part right here and under here. That's gonna be, yeah, I love the linear burn on that. Okay, cool. Gorgeous, amazing. Oh, I forgot that I was still showing the right thing. Yeah. See? Yeah, just add some splotches there. Love that. Okay, cool. So, past that, I think I'm gonna add like this kind of very pale. Let's see if this works for what I'm looking for. A little bit. Maybe this is the foundation of what I'm looking for. But then, on top of that, we'll get something. Yeah, a little pinkish. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of a depth of color there. This is really turning out actually much better than I thought I was going to. I'm not an artist, gang, so I'm just doing what I can. Doing what I can in this weird world of ours to make something a little beautiful. All right, I think I'm going to. I think I want yellow flowers for her. Like something about this is telling. Like I need something that'll pop a little bit. She's got these yellow flowers, and I think maybe they'll have pink insides. Let's see here. Is this the right one? Maybe. Just maybe. Let me make it a little smaller. And then, yeah, we're just going to color right there in the middle. Oh, yeah, it pops a little bit. Oh, heck yeah, gang. Look at that. It pops, and then we're going to do her hat next. It's kind of still kind of brighter. Is that right? Is that what I'm looking for? Yeah, that feels like a straw hat kind of color. Just like the Straw Hat Pirates. All right. Maybe that's what I'll do for this. Hold on, give me. I'm at work. Okay. Sorry. All right. So I'm gonna zoom in. Just gonna circle around here. Okay, I like that. And then I think for, yeah, we're just gonna get some darker colors here. I'm gonna go for this other brush that's gonna give us some texture. I'm just gonna pop that around, yeah. Just give her hat just a wee bit of texture here. And then I'm going to try to go for the same color here. If I had actually realized that that's what I wanted to do, I would have just done that earlier. But I didn't really realize that that ribbon was the same. So I did change the colors. And I think this is close. Yeah. Oh, one went a little off there. There we go. Let's kind of go for this pink a little bit to give it more of the similar kind of sheen. There we go. Look at her scarf. It's so cute. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna go for this here. And then down here, yeah, I didn't really, kind of forgot about that. Let's go for, and honestly, maybe just this. Go for this again, and I'll find a color for those little dots. I think we're gonna get through just coloring her today, gang, and then I think we're done. I think we're done. We've gone through a lot of this picture. Again, not looking for precision, looking for the feel of it. That's what art's about. Looking for the feel. At least to me. Oh, I missed something here. This should be... What, this is the boat? Is on here somewhere? Okay. Okay. Someone here needs to pop that. And then for her, I guess, what color? What color? Okay, this feels right. Yeah, this feels right. And then I think we'll go over it with some grays. So let's upwards towards the snout. Not exactly all the. Oh no. Well, that's why you let your hand up on the thing every now and then, gang. Gotta let your hand off the gas. And we don't crash into a wall. Okay. We're gonna go... Yeah, linear burn here. Then we're gonna make this a little smaller. 6. And then we got this little pink nose going on here. Little snout. Amazing. And then we're gonna get our little touch up here. We're just gonna add some gray, some darker. Oh, I want it to be bigger than that so we can make sure we get the texture. Yeah, there we go. I love this. I love her. So cute. And then we'll go. Maybe just a little deeper red. This is the inside of her mouth. A little texture there. Okay. And this is gorgeous. Kind of looking like watercolor, like marker almost. I think is the vibe that's going on here, but I've been really enjoying this. Hey, yeah. Well, everybody, I think this is a good place to stop. We've been going on for quite a while, and we've gone on way over an hour. But I was having a fun time here. So, thank you so much for being here with me. Come on closer. No, that was the wrong button. Press the wrong button. There we go. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for being here for another Kobold Chats. It's been a great time chilling, being cozy, doing a little coloring. Don't forget that you have until the end of next week, or next Friday, basically, exactly 7 days from now, on November 14th, to get your coloring in, I guess. Yeah. All you have to do is take your, either print it out or digitally, decorate, color, do your art however it is that you want to do it, to the coloring sheet, take a picture of it, or upload the picture online, on social media, Blue Sky, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, whatever it is that you're doing, or you can go to our Discord channel that we have for RiverBank and post it in there. And by November 19th, we will have our 3 winners that will win a copy of RiverBank. So, once more, I've been Kendrick or Kendo, whichever you prefer. There's my cat. She woke up. It wouldn't be Kobold Chats without it, now would it? Don't forget to go out, be bold, be brave, be valiant, and I will see you all next week.